Hey, welcome back to Magic City Entertainment. I know it's been a while since I've actually been on camera. I've been busy with the whole Magic plays and everything and doing a little bit of some live streams as well. And I neglected, the other stuff that I was doing before that I started doing all that extra stuff. But I am back and I'm going to be doing the stuff I was doing before, the list, the top fives, top tens, the reviews, all that stuff I was doing before. I'm gonna be doing it again as well. And the podcast Saturdays, I'm going to be trying to do them. It's just I work on Saturday, so now my time has been kind of cut in half. But I'm going to try to bring you guys some podcast Saturdays. It may not be every Saturday. It may be scarce. It may be one Saturday and then another Saturday I'm off and everything. But I'm going to start bringing you guys that as well. But today, the reason why I'm making a video is I'm super late with this review, by the way. The Last of Us Part 2. I finished this game like 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3 weeks ago. I don't remember exactly. But I finished it and I completely forgot to bring you guys a review. So today I'm going to bring you guys an honest review of The Last of Us Part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it. Everybody was saying this game was trash, bad, or horrible. Don't listen to them. This game is nowhere near that at all. This game is really damn good. Like, it's really good to a point. It's better than the first one. Completely better than the first one. Here's my reasons why. So I'm gonna break this down into two parts. In part one, I'm gonna talk about Ellie's side, and in part two, I'm gonna talk about Abby's side. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into Ellie. So Ellie's story was very well done. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. There are some things that I wish could have been different, but they did a good job for what it was. So some of my predictions that I predicted did come true, but not the way I envisioned it to come true. And I'm going to save that for the spoiler talk. I'm going to talk more about this, but in the spoiler. This is a spoiler-free review. So the gameplay for Ellie is great. It's really good. The reason why I think it's really good is that it's taking away. It's not like the first one. So you saw the gameplay. It was kind of like you can kind of play however you want to play it. You can go in guns blazing, or you can fight. You can do the same thing with Ellie, yeah. But with Joel, it was different because he was obviously a lot stronger than her. I'm not saying Ellie is strong. Ellie is a total badass in this game. Like, there's some stuff in there I was not expecting from her. And the gameplay felt really fluent and good. Like, as soon as you step into this game, you know it's going to be an intense game. Like, the first 10 minutes of the game is super intense. There was multiple times I had to just take a break because it was too intense for me. Like, there was just so much going on that it was overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, it was very overwhelming. But it's a good overwhelming. It's not like overwhelming to a point where, oh man, this is too much. No, not at all. Like, it was very good. The gameplay for Ellie is, not gonna say, it's not like she's, gonna go in. No, I mean, she is gonna go in, looking for a fight. I mean, it's Ellie, she's definitely a different person now than she was then, and they're gonna explain to reason why she is. She gets some nice looking guns. I'll get into that a little bit later because there's something I did not like about it. But there's the gameplay for Ellie is that she likes to, let's say, it's more of for her, I would say you have to go stealthy. Because if you do go in, guns blazing and try to fight, it's going to be difficult. But they did add a new thing for her, a new thing in the game in general, is that you can dodge. You can dodge punches and stuff like that. I'm not sure if in the first one you could. I don't remember correctly. But in this one, you can dodge. And if you time a dodge right, it's like an instant kill when you press square or whatnot. What else? She has a knife to start off in the game. The first one, you have to unlock that ability. Ellie has it right off the bat. It's because of the knife she got from her mom. So anytime you come across a clicker, anything like that, you can use your shiv or her knife, and it's an instant kill. So I thought that was a good addition to hers as well. What else? There's not too much anything else to it, honestly. You know what you're gonna get from it. It's The Last of Us. You know what type of gameplay. It's kind of the same thing in the first one, but this one is I would say this one's a lot more brutal this time around than it was in the first one. And the reason being is because it's a more intense game. There's a lot more going on. You know, this game is kind of semi-open world. If you think of it like what's that game? What is that game? Oh, Lost Legacy. There's sections in the game where it's mini open world. You explore and everything, and if you explore, you find extra stuff like extra holster to hold an extra gun, extra material to craft or to use upgrades. And the upgrading system in this game is very good. I love upgrading. Anytime I got a chance to upgrade, I loved it. The reason is because the animation they had for it was just, I don't know, it was just so appealing to watch. You know, they would just like clean the gun and, you know, put the attachment they need on it and everything. I thought that was really cool. Like, as soon as you walk up to a crafting station, you walk up and she clicks the gun and like the bullet comes flying out. It's really appealing, honestly. I like the way it was. It's just, upgrading the game was very fun. A lot funner than it was in the first one. The first one, yes, you could upgrade, but I don't know, in this one, I always want to upgrade everything as possible. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the story a little bit without spoiling anything. So for Ellie's side of the story is that she is, you know, she's growing up and everything, and something happens to her along the way throughout the story. And now she's on this quest to find out what happened. I'm very vivid with what I'm saying because I don't want to spoil anything. If you guys have not played it, which I recommend you guys do, I don't want to say something that's kind of spoilish, you know what I'm saying? But all I can say is that there's something that happens to Ellie, and now she's on this mission to find out why it happened. That's all I can really say. But the way they do it is perfect. They do it very well. It's one of those games where you want to keep playing to find out what happened. And they did a great job with it. It just kept me wanting more from it. You know, I heard a lot of people saying this game is not good. I don't know why they did this and that, which it makes sense to why they did it if you played the game and listened and followed the story. I just feel like people were nitpicking at a game that is really good. And I can tell you this now, there's nothing wrong with this game. Nothing at all. It's a great game. I had no issues with it. There were some things that I wish could have been done better. So one of them is that there's a lot of flashbacks. At first, it's cool, but after a while, it just keeps happening and happening and happening. You're like, okay, I get it. You know, I understand where you're going with it, but I'm tired of seeing flashbacks. Can we just continue the story for where we're at now? And after a while, it does get tedious with the flashbacks and everything, but the gameplay makes up for that. It really does. Like, there's so much more to this game that it just, you can completely forget about the flashbacks. There's a big part of the game, but after a while you forget about it. You know, Ellie's story wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was good. You know, I'm not gonna say. I'll wait till I get to that. 'Cause I was gonna say something, but I'll wait. That was pretty much it. There was nothing else I disliked from Ellie's side of the story. She had a really good story all around. She really did. I mean, wait till I get to the spoiler talk. Then I can really get into details about it. Because I don't want to get into all the details about it now. Just because there's so much I want to say, but I can't because it's a spoiler. It really is. But I'm going to go ahead and hop into this part two. So, Abby's side. Oh, man. Yo, people were shitting on this game because of Abby. I will admit, at first, I wasn't a fan of her. I wasn't. But then, when you got to see her story and find out everything that happens, I was like, you know what? I ain't even mad at this girl. I kind of rocked with her. I did. I really did. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, the second half of this game is garbage, yada yada yada. I don't see why they said that. I felt like Abby's story was better than Ellie's story, and that's crazy because when this game was first shown, it was all about Ellie, you know. So we're like, yo, Ellie's story about to be lit. It's about to be really good. But then you'll feel it when you get to the second half of the game. You'll definitely feel it. And you'll be like, oh, okay. I had no issues with it. I thought it was good. Like, to a point where Abby's story was a lot better than Ellie's story. And this is my personal opinion, I felt like the devs focused more on Abby's story than Ellie's. I told one of my friends that, of course, we disagreed on that. But, you know, there's always agree to disagree with your friends. We disagreed on that. I felt like the devs really wanted you to like Abby so much that they focused more on her story than Ellie's. I felt like Abby's story was way better than Ellie's story. And when I get to spoilers, you'll find out why I think that. But Abby's gameplay, the thing that made Abby so likable was that her gameplay was so much fun. Like, she's almost got that Joel. She's got that Joel type of gameplay. Honestly, like she's built like a bodybuilder. Like, she's built like a female bodybuilder. So like, she can take on more damage. She can go in running against, you know, different type of opponents. She can fight like clickers hand to hand and stuff like that. So the thing is just Abby's gameplay was so much fun. Like, it was like Ellie's was more of an intense, story-driven gameplay. I'm not saying Abby's wasn't, but Abby's gameplay was just more of like, all right, I can kind of relax. Like, it's still gonna be intense, but I can kind of relax and just kind of have fun. And that's what it was, just going around doing stuff as Abby was. I'm not gonna lie, it was really fun. Like, going around beating people up as Abby was fun. And I'll say she had like, I think 3 boss battles that were really cool. They were really good, really good. And there was a lot of good moments. It was a lot of good moments on both sides, honestly. So I don't understand why people were shitting on it. Her side was great. There was one thing I do take away from Abby's, was that, well, not take away, I love, was that her guns were great. The gun selections she's had were amazing. So, for example, Ellie gets a bow and arrow, like she had in the first one. So she has that, and Abby gets a crossbow. Yeah, you heard me, a crossbow. She gets a crossbow. Abby got, in my opinion, way better guns than Ellie. Ellie gets one of the dopest guns, but at the end of the game, which kind of sucks because it's at the end of the game. But Abby's guns were dope. They were really good. Like, I had a lot more fun playing as Abby than Ellie, which is saying a lot. Like, it really is saying a lot. And for people who are saying this game was bad, they are totally wrong. I'm telling you, go into this game with an open mind. Forget about what people said. Don't even take my review into consideration. Go into this game thinking, all right, this is a new game. Don't think too much about it. Just play it and enjoy it. I think that's what people are forgetting, is that this is a game. You got to enjoy it for what it is. You know, don't think too seriously about it. I mean, yeah, I was waiting for this game for a really long time. I was hyped for it a very, very long time. As soon as they announced it, I was like, yes. This game is going to be a 10 out of 10. And sure enough, it's a 10 out of 10. But people, I think, were nitpicking at it. They wanted stuff to be their way or the highway. And yes, some of the stuff I did not agree with. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one who makes the game. I'm just a consumer. I buy the game and I play it. That's it. And I think a lot of people got ahead of themselves and then they start shitting on the game for no reason. It is not a bad game. It's a really great game. Both sides of the story are great. Ellie's story of their side is great. Abby's story of her side is great. There's so much you learn from both sides of this game that are just fantastic. And the ending of this game is good. I was very satisfied with the ending. Like, to a point where this chapter is good. Like, it's good enough to close the book on this game. In my opinion, I think it is. But of course, if you know, it's just like in movies where if a movie does so good, you know, they're like, oh, we'll get a sequel. The sequel does good, they're gonna get another one. Same thing with video games. So maybe they make a part 3. Hope they don't, but we'll never know. We'll have to just wait and see. But the score I'm giving this game is a 10 out of 10. It is a purely masterpiece of a game. Definitely, I recommend you play this game. Going with it with an open mind. Just play it. Go with the flow. Don't think too much about it. Just play. And if you guys enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, sorry. Side note, before I do sign off, I'm going to be bringing more Ghost of Tsushima. I know I have been slacking on it, but I promise I'm going to be on it, on top of it. Okay, I promise to bring you guys more parts of that. And if you guys want me to live stream it, let me know in the comment section. All right. I know it's been a really long week, a rough week for me, but I'm trying to bring you guys as much stuff as possible. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.